You can't take my joy, devil. Makes me cut.
Views and opinions expressed on this program or the products endorsed on this program are not necessarily those of KTLB Radio.
Good morning, Oklahoma City, and welcome to the Clara Luper Show. In a moment, your host, Sister Clara Luper.
Come on, Jesus. Oh, Lord.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a happy good morning to you, wherever you are. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and today's show is being brought to you by your independent Allstate insurance agent, Marilyn Hildred. If you need insurance, call Marilyn at 843-0811. This morning is a very special morning because I'm doing what I have always wanted to do. I've always wanted to sit down with a minister that people love so well. I wanted to talk to a minister that loved his church and his people. And this morning, ladies and gentlemen, I have the opportunity to talk and to interview Reverend Drinkwater. How are you this morning, sir?
God bless you, Sister Luper. We're thankful to be with you this morning.
I'm really proud of you, and I'm proud of the respect that your people have for you.
God bless you.
If I want to get in trouble, all I have to do is just talk about you.
Right.
And I don't want to get in trouble.
Thank you.
Reverend Drinkwater, you are a member of what Baptist conference or convention?
General Baptist Convention and Cooperated.
You are a member of the General Baptist Convention Incorporated.
Yes, sir.
And last week I had the opportunity after I left here to go to Kansas City, and people were all excited about the fact that there would be a big meeting in Detroit,
That's
Michigan.
Right.
And I was so proud because I told them that my minister would be speaking up there on Thursday, Reverend Drinkwater.
God bless you.
Now, Reverend Drinkwater, you have been selected as one of the speakers at the National Baptist Congress.
That's right. Thursday morning at 9 o'clock.
Thursday morning at 9 o'clock, you will be one of the speakers.
One of the speakers.
What will you be speaking about?
Sister Luper.
Yes, Reverend.
All righty. If it's the Lord's will, I will reveal this. I want to talk about the grasshopper look.
Now, Reverend.
Yeah.
Reverend, I'm from Hoffman, Oklahoma, where we've seen plenty of grasshoppers.
Yeah.
How in the world can anybody have a grasshopper look?
Well, in the book of Numbers, when the children of Israel was directed to go to Canaan, they said we look like grasshoppers in their sight. And this is the point that I would like to bring out, that we as Christians, we are somebody, and a grasshopper is nobody.
And you're going to do that?
I'm going to try.
In Detroit,
Unless
Michigan.
the Holy Spirit give the other directions. Unless the Holy Spirit give other directions.
Now, Reverend, you are a minister and you have to feed your flock every Sunday. Do you do that?
I try my best through the direction of the Holy Spirit.
You feed them every Sunday?
God bless you.
Your wife listen to you preach every Sunday?
Every Sunday.
Does she get tired of hearing you preach?
Well, if she do, she says she don't, but I think...
She's smart.
Yeah.
She is real smart. All right, now, you're going to Detroit.
Yes.
How many are you? I wonder if any of your members are going with you.
We have about 30 that's going along.
You have 30 that's going to Detroit,
Yes,
Michigan,
ma'am.
to the Congress.
Yes, ma'am.
That is really commendable. How about your children?
We have some, this young man, Brandon, and we have several children going along with us.
And y'all are going to Detroit, Michigan.
We're leaving Monday the 12th, I believe, Monday evening. And we should arrive there sometime Tuesday.
Are you chartering a bus?
Yes, we're driving. Well, we drive in vans.
Wonderful. You're driving vans and you're taking 30 people they are going to the Congress.
Yes, they're going to the Congress.
And then they would have the opportunity to hear you speak. I know how they would feel because there would be an opportunity. I might even fly up there.
Well, come on.
I might even fly
come
up
on,
there
sister.
because it's such an honor
Yeah.
for the people in Oklahoma
Yeah.
to have someone to speak at the National Congress.
That's right. This is my second time. I had the opportunity in Houston in '85, but according to health problems, I didn't get a chance to make it. So the Lord brought around another opportunity for me.
And you had been invited before.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay, now when you go to speak at a national congress, you've got to have something special on the ball.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Because
yes.
they just don't pick up any preacher and say, I want you to preach at the National Congress. What church are you the pastor?
Redeemed Missionary Baptist Church.
Where is that church located?
2119 North Stonewall.
How long have you been the pastor there?
This is my 32nd year. 32nd.
Not
year.
Reverend.
Yes.
You're a Baptist.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that Baptist churches don't do,
Yeah.
is to keep ministers for 32 years.
Yes.
What have you done so great that the people would keep you for 32 years?
Just trusted in the Lord and found and treat my people right. Treat them like God want me to treat them. And certainly the Lord has been good to us.
All right. Now, I also want you to know that you treat them right.
Yeah.
You treat them. You visit the sick.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's pastoral work. Visit the sick, nurse the lonely, comfort the bereaved. I do it all. That's why I'm getting old, Sister Lou.
Well, you don't look like you're getting old. You look like you did the first day I saw you.
God
Now, you
bless
do all of that.
Yes.
All right, now, Reverend, you've been there for 32 years.
Yes, 32 years.
And have not been voted out.
Oh, Lord, no. No. Haven't been voted out.
Do you have a lot of people involved in your church's activities?
We have a membership around 350 people, and we have people that are really involved in doing the work for the Lord. In fact, the business, Sister Luper, in 32 years, I've never had any discrepancy with our people. That's been a blessing. Maybe they have thought different, but they never told me, so I just go on and
You
believe.
mean to tell me nobody has come up to you and say, Reverend, I don't like your preaching?
No, I've never. If they have, they never told me. That's right. I've never had. I've every Sunday. I can't get out of the church for people coming by and saying, Pastor, we really enjoyed the message today.
God has really blessed you. I heard you a few weeks ago as you delivered the eulogy for one of my friends, Reverend Gilstrap.
Okay. All
And
right.
you say something then that has really touched me.
God bless you.
You told us that Reverend Gilstrap called you to his sick bed. Would you share that with our audience?
Reverend Gilstrap called me to his sick bed over 15 years ago and requested I would do his eulogy. And certainly the Lord allowed me to live long enough to be able to do that. And then he called me back again about 4 years ago to be able to know that I would be there for him. And certainly, undoubtedly, Brother Gilstrap saw something in my life that would make sure that I would stand that day, whenever it come, and say the right thing. And I thank God for that. I thank God that I've lived in such a way that somebody can see something in my life that I might be able to say the last words or give them the last rites. And truly, it was a blessing to me because I find that there's others that have spoke that same way. But I don't expect to live to do it all, but I just thank God that I passed this way.
There were approximately 60 ministers at Reverend Gilstrap's funeral.
That's right.
How did you feel being that one minister? Now, he had friends all over the state, and people came from all directions. How did you really feel being the one to deliver the eulogy?
I certainly felt good, Sister Luper. I didn't feel no higher than anybody else, but I felt that serving God will pay off, and I felt that I had gained the respect of not only Brother Gilstrap, but other ministers. That's the way I felt.
You have been on radio for about how many years now?
Brother Carter said 11.
For 11 years you've been on radio.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
has the radio ministry helped your church?
Sister Luper, the radio ministry have been a great asset to Redeemed Missionary Baptist Church. We have gained friends, and we have found out how to come together and be a part of this community with other people. And this is what it's all about. It's not all about Redeemed Missionary Baptist Church, but it's about striving for Oklahoma City, this community. We have a great community. We have some great people in our community. And certainly I'm not saying this because I'm in your presence. People like yourself that have worked hard and brought others together. And even though you have done some things that maybe sometimes people don't even tell you, but some of the same things that you have said, when they're out somewhere, they have to use some of your dialect, some of your quotes, because certainly you have inspired this whole city. And truly, this is what Redeem is all about. You see, we don't have, we haven't been in the work as long as you have, but we are striving. And certainly some of the things like Sister Downey, Brother Carter, you have
students.
good students. They have put out some, and they are members of our church.
Okay. Well, okay. Reverend, I noticed your attitude toward the young people that's involved in your church. Last year we had a young lady who was a contestant in the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant, and she was so pleased because you supported her to the nth degree.
All right.
You supported her more than anybody could even imagine, and I would like to personally thank you for what you have done for the young people in your church.
God bless you, Sister Luper. This is what I'm trying to do. And now I want to know from you, since you heard me do Brother Gilstrap's eulogy, you think I can handle Detroit?
Do I think you can handle it? You should have heard me last week
All right.
in Kansas City when they were talking about going to the Congress and everything. And I said, let me tell you something. Oklahoma City will be well represented at the National Congress because one of our outstanding ministers will be speaking on Thursday. And whatever you do, I want you to go and hear him.
God
His
bless
name
you.
is Reverend Drinkwater.
That's it.
And you'll be drinking from the fountain of intelligence.
God
That's what
bless.
I say to
All
Kansas
right.
City.
All right.
Reverend, I know you have to go, but I would like to thank you for being my very distinguished guest today.
Sister Luper, you don't know what this done for me today. I believe my prayers have been answered because of the fact, not so much that I am to be the speaker in Detroit, but my prayers have been answered that I could be able to sit in the presence of a lady like you and be able to converse with you. And I know if it's thousands of people in Detroit, if I can speak before you, I got it made. Lord help me here. God bless.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing you in Detroit. And my friend, Dr. Piggy, who lives there, I've already informed her
God
that
bless.
you're going to speak, and she's going to be representing me there.
All right.
And time you finish speaking and get out of that audience, she's going to call me and tell me how you did. And I know you'll be very successful.
All righty.
And I would like to publicly thank you
Pray
because
for me.
when a minister...
Pray for me.
Wait a minute now, Reverend. You pray for me because God has blessed you and you have so many friends and so many. You'd be surprised how many lives you have touched.
Well, let me say this, Sister Luper. It was all done through the directions of Reverend Noble in Muskogee.
Muskogee, Reverend Nova.
He was,
has a
he-
beautiful daughter here.
Yeah, he's the president of the mini Congress of the National Congress at our National Congress, and he asked me, would I take the honors? And certainly I was glad to tell him yes. So when he went to the board in February, they made the plans, and he let me know that I would be on.
But one thing about it, not only will he speak up there, but he's going to be looking good.
Yeah.
He's going to be looking good like an Oklahoma preacher should. One more question and I'm through. What are your future plans? You've been a Redeemer for 32 years. What are your plans for the future?
Sister Luper, I'm glad you asked. We are now in the process of the 5th phase of the Redeemed Missionary Baptist Church. We're getting ready to build an educational wing on our church. Our youth has been a burden on my heart, and I want them to know more about God, and then I want them to know more about who they are. And certainly we feel within the church we are obligated to do so. This is our 5th phase. I thank God for a young minister like Brother Carter and Brother Jenkins young men that even if I don't be able to do it, I've set a foundation that I pray that they can carry it on. I don't want to feel selfish that I've got to be here to see it done. I believe that that's what I'm making preparation for. If God called me today, I believe that my work is in such a fix that somebody else can carry it on in a way that the still yet not only will Redeem get the glory, but Oklahoma City would be honored.
All right, now you say you're in the fifth phase.
Uh-huh.
That means that you have a program worked out to complete an education of.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We have the plans already going, and we have on last week we building a new parking lot on 21st and Stone across the street. That's where because we're going to take up our old parking lot with the new building, and we are trying to get ahead of ourselves. We've got the parking lot just about ready. All we need now is to have the asphalt and all put on it. But we're moving. We're moving. And I found out something, Sister Luper. If you keep people busy, you won't have time for fussing and fighting. And this is what we are trying to do, not to burden the people. No. Redeem will speak out and tell you, Pastor, don't burden them. We plan. We plan from one thing to the other. We plan, and we don't plan without God. We plan with God. And so God is,
I wonder if your senior citizens fit into your plans.
oh, Lord have mercy. We have some of the most beautifulest senior citizens in our church. Mother Cooper, 90 years old, Mother James, oh, Lord have mercy. Those are some of the greatest women in the world because of the fact that God have allowed them to live to be able to do such an outstanding job. They're beautiful people.
Thank you so very kindly,
God bless
Reverend Drinkwater, and thank you for giving me this rare opportunity to interview one of the speakers at the National Baptist Congress in the year of our Lord,
God bless you.
2002.
God bless you.
And you pray for me.
All righty. And certainly, Sister Luper, I thank God for you having me on today.
Well, thank you
May
so
God
very
bless
much.
you.
Okay, this portion of our program has been brought to you by your Allstate insurance agent, Marilyn Hildred. If you are talking about insurance, talk about Maryland. And we are now ready to hear from Maryland. Maryland, how are you this morning?
I am absolutely fantastic. And stop Reverend Drinkwater. I have something I need to ask him.
Reverend Drinkwater, paging Reverend Drinkwater. Okay.
I am just elated to be alive. It's such a beautiful morning. I'm standing here on my patio and looking at all these beautiful flowers. But let me tell you, Oklahoma City, I am in search for the most talented young people in Oklahoma City. On this coming Tuesday at 3 o'clock at Freedom Center, I am looking for young people to compete in the AXO competition. The AXO competition is a program sponsored by the NAACP, which is the Academic Olympics of the Mind. There are 26 categories that young people can compete in, all the way from your vocal, instrumental, classical, to the humanities, playwriting, drama, poetry, your sciences, and I need your young people. I need you, Oklahoma City, to look through your churches, to look at your schools and your neighbors, young people with talent that want to do and maybe have not had the opportunity to do, to participate starting at 3 o'clock at Freedom Center. I want them dressed and ready to compete. I need them. I need you. I need your help to find these young people.
Okay, Marilyn, what kind of young people, what grades are you talking about?
From the 9th through the 12th grade. They could have graduated recently, but these are the young people I'm looking from the 9th through the 12th grade. We have talented young people, and the winners will go to New Orleans to the NAACP National Convention and compete against 5,000 black kids, as black as you and I, across this nation.
All right, now let's take our time now and go through the categories.
The categories, we will start out with the humanities.
And when you say humanities, what are you talking
I'm
about?
talking about the instrumental, vocal classical, the contemporary classical, the instrumental classical, the instrumental contemporary, drama, oratory, the sciences, physics, computer science, chemistry, biology. I'm talking about playwriting, filmmaking, sculpture, painting, drawing. 26 categories that these young people can enter.
Well, when we think about AXO, we've got to think about the prizes that are offered this year on a national level. I know that on a local level, we aren't able to give our young people prizes other than citations. But what will happen if they go nationally?
If they go nationally, the third place winner will receive $1,000, the second place winner $1,500, and the first place winner $2,000. Along with that, the winners will receive a laptop computer. Now, what does this really mean? The young people that are competing and winning in the sciences have an opportunity to spend 3 weeks, all expenses paid, at NASA. We have had winners from Oklahoma City. The last winner I had was third in the United States in mathematics from Dale City High School. I am looking for the best of best. And we have these young people in our churches, but we have to encourage them. If we don't encourage our young people, then nobody else cares.
All right, so now let's get down. Give me the telephone number where you would like for someone to call you.
They may reach me at my home number at 427-8399. They can also reach you.
No, you give your AXO committee.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I can give out their phone numbers, but they can feel free to contact me at mine. Yeah. Also, my other number is 630-4309.
Well, I understand that Mrs. Wilma Ray and Mrs. Leola Ford are also working as your co-sponsor.
Right, along with Burley and Nero.
All of you are working. Mm-hmm. And that's 3 o'clock at Freedom Center. You didn't give us that address.
At 2609 Martin Luther King. The registration will be from 3 to 4. It's free to register. I need them to bring a picture of themselves because immediately the winners will, I have to Federal Express everything to the NACP so they'll be able to participate.
And they also will have to bring a biography of themselves.
Right, a biography. And those young people that are winners from Oklahoma City, their parents will have to sign a form saying it's okay for them to participate nationally.
All right, maybe I should ask my radio audience, since I do have the most intelligent radio audience in the state of Oklahoma, in fact in the United States, if you know of any young person with a good speaking voice that already knows an oration or a speech or can write a poem or drama or anything, would you be sure and call? I'd like to have your names called on radio.
Right.
The telephone out here is 672-1220, and I do know that we have some very talented young people in Oklahoma City.
And Mrs. Downey, the reason I was saying stop them drink water, because Mrs. Downey does nothing but brag about the young people at Redeem. So I know that they have some young, talented people at Redeem, and I know we have them in all the churches. But we have to have your help in giving these young people the exposure that they need.
Okay, now, you're saying, once again, AXO, and AXO is the academic what?
Olympics of the mind.
The Olympics of the mind. Because if we can bounce a ball like our ball bouncers in the NBA tournament, we can certainly bounce some chemistry, physics, and what have you.
Right.
You didn't say anything about art and sculpture.
Right. I said art, drawing, painting, dance, oratory, playwriting.
Okay, let's see what we have in Oklahoma City.
Well, are you going to have them to call in and the young people that they know that are talented that we can get to participate?
I would like to invite them because this is what the Clara Luper radio show is all about.
Well, I sure want to thank you because I tell you one thing. After these young people see what other young people in their own age range are able to do, this will encourage them to go places and dream dreams that they never thought about.
Now, they will be able to go to New Orleans, Louisiana, and this community has always helped our young people to go to national convention.
Now, we don't have any money, but Oklahoma City is full of money, and my God is full of money, so I never worry about that. If you ask me how we're going to go on faith, but because we've always taken young people to the NACP convention.
Reverend Clint Wilburn called me yesterday and told me that he's supporting us 100%. And we would like for you to call us here in Oklahoma City. We've seen our young people march down the aisles all over this city. And now we are asking you to march nationally, be able to march. And Marilyn, tell us about the march at the NACP convention with AXO.
I think that is, if you have not seen it, I would like to invite you to go to New Orleans and watch these young people. Because if you can picture 5,000 young people as black as us, representing cities that we've never heard of, and they march in by states, and I can hear them saying, along with the trumpet music and the music that's so exciting, sounding like the Olympics. So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the grandsons and daughters of former slaves and former slave owners, and then to see 5,000 black kids, teenagers, talking about what they can do in education and marching in. This will be nationally televised, and there's no telling what these young people might be able to do as a result of their participation in AXO.
Okay, now once again, any young person that's in the 9th grade, right, 9 through 12,
Right,
even
they
those that
could
have
have recently graduated.
they can participate.
Right, and I tell you something else that I did not mention, and I should have, that one child can go in as many as 3 categories.
Let's go over those categories again.
Okay, there's instrumental classical, instrumental contemporary, vocal classical, vocal contemporary, oratory, drama, painting, sculpture, all the sciences, including biology, chemistry, physics, computer science. They can go also into, what am I leaving off? I don't have my papers right in front of me, but it's a total of 26 categories. Dance.
And they can participate in 3 categories.
Yes, and it's up to 3 categories. It all has to be an individual competition. It cannot be group competition, individual competition.
Merle, it's been a pleasure to talk to you this morning, and your office is located where?
At 730 West Britain Road. And may I say one other thing?
Of course.
I just want to say thank you. For the last 27 years, every Saturday morning, you've encouraged me when times have really been dark, and you and your radio listening audience have been some of my most loyal customers. And because when I started to work for Allstate, they didn't have no other minorities there at that time. And you put your arm around me, you embraced me, and you supported me. And I would just want to say thanks.
I would like to say thanks to you, because when I'm always brag about all of my children, I know you bought a building out where my mother used to work as a maid, and that certainly shows support.
No, thank you.
Thank you, and those of you, the telephone should ring out here, 672-1220. If you have that talented young person, I've heard about valedictorians and salutatorians and all kind of torians. If you have anybody in Oklahoma City that can compete and represent this great city and this great state in AXO in New Orleans, Louisiana. Last year, Texas beat us out, because Texas had about 50 young people that participated in the AXO program. This portion of our program is being brought to you by Robert Gates at 2609 North Martin Luther King. And he says it's time for you to get that haircut so you can go on down to Boley and celebrate that Boley rodeo. Robert Gates, 2609 North Martin Luther King, and one of the ardent supporters of young people. Hometown is open 24 hours for your convenience, because you know you're going to barbecue on Memorial Day, and they have a special sale on. All at 2001 Northeast 23rd Street. You don't have to call. Just go on there and get those bargains. But you don't want to barbecue yourself. Why don't you let Tom barbecue for you? Tom's Barbecue, 2504 Northeast 10th Street in Oklahoma City, where you can get barbecued just like you like it. Tom's Barbecue. Calvin, when we think of children and we think of daycare, what do we think of?
Well, we think of one, them listening to the Clara Luper radio show. The children I'm talking about from any age, I know they can hear, and I know that they're enjoying this show. And, you know, before I start, before I come in here, I want to remind everybody out there that you are listening to the Clara Luper radio show. We're live. We're in Lovett and beautiful color here at the beautiful KTLV studios in the Blue Room. 1220 is the AM dial, but call that friend. Call that neighbor and invite them to be a part of the Clara Luper radio show. Well, we're going to tell you about Chauncey Chardina's Daycare Center that's located there on Northeast 50th Street.
1643 Northeast.
1643. Not only do they take great care of your kids, but then they have an educational program going on there. You know, they're right near the zoo. They're right there near the National Cowboy Hall of Fame. They have tours going on. They got things going on that your kids will be interested in, your kids will love. And the funny thing and the great thing about it is that there are kids who have had kids whose kids are attending Chauncey Chardina's Daycare Center, 1643 Northeast 50th Street. That's one location. Then she has another, Mrs. Gloria Matthews, and what's her husband's name?
2611 Paul. Oh,
Paul.
Carol, you know what? You know
I
Paul.
just wanted to hear you say. I want to make sure you stand with me, Mom. But Paul and Mrs. Gloria Matthews, they have another location there, 2611
North
Martin Luther King Avenue.
And they have a big sign out to let you know that they are now taking new students,
You know, and
new friends.
that daycare center is such a thing, because oftentimes we as parents and grandparents don't have all the time that we can spend.
We gotta
with the kids.
work,
Gotta
try
work.
to pay those light
But then
bills,
you
buy
want your
some
kid to
gas.
be in a safe and secure place, and plus the place is going to challenge them intellectually. Chauncey Chardina's Daycare Center. I promise you, you'll get the best. If you don't, call us here on KTLV, the Clara Luper Radio Show. The number is 672-1220. Mom, I gotta give you a whole bunch of flowers today. You've done what has never been done in the history of radio in Oklahoma City. You had an interview with the Reverend, as Leroy Campbell calls him, Reverend Drinkwater, as we call him, Reverend Drinkwater. You had an interview with Reverend Drinkwater and got to the soul of things. Way to go. Fantastic.
That was a beautiful
That was outstanding.
interview, and I'm very proud of Reverend Drinkwater. Well, this is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and today you're quiet. Why don't you call me about talent? You call me about everything else. But call me and tell me about some talented young people that you know, some of your children and your grandchildren. You got to brag about these children. Let's show them off in New Orleans, Louisiana. Here we come with our talent, with our music and what have you.
Well, you know, it's an opportunity for I know the young people here in Oklahoma City. It's a real awakening experience. The young man that won, the one winner that we had in the last 5 years.
We've had, four winners?
4 winners overall. But then the young man that won in chemistry and in math and took his display down there, took his mathematical display down there. None of us that were on the charter bus, none of us that were here on the radio show, none of us that saw it at Freedom Center understood it. But the judges down at the NACP AXO convention, they understood it, and they saw that talent in that young man. And I'm proud to announce that he's a senior this year at Oklahoma University,
Langston University,
and at Langston University. Got it all together. He got things going, and it's still challenging. But the opportunities that he had, the people that he met, the people, Merlin mentioned NASA, and the interest at the NASA, which is the Space Administration, that they showed in his mathematical abilities has been an inspiration to him. And also the Langston University brought new attention to it. But then you can't do it if you're sitting at home and sitting on it. And one thing about knowledge, if you keep it to yourself, it's not knowledge. That's the personification
okay, well,
of ignorance.
Kevin, where are all these talented young people?
Well, Mom, right now, this is
where are the
Memorial Day.
talented young people?
They are here, but then what we've got to do is to generate them and to motivate them, because it's one thing to make an A at say Dunbar Elementary School, but then when you get in competition there at class and
okay, we are ready to
school,
compete.
you know.
Here's someone on the line, and I'm sure we got somebody. Okay, this is Clara Luper. I'm looking for talent. Hello? Hello?
Well, we got it.
Well, what happened?
Well,
Now, we've been talking about
can't never
everything
tell
as
what
long as you
happens.
talk about, and when I tell people that for the next 4 games, my team Milwaukee is going to beat, they can talk about that. But let's talk about your talented young people, because I still believe Milwaukee can win the next 4
You're
games.
a dreamer, Mom. But then you dreamed that I didn't really believe that you would be able to get an interview with Reverend Drinkwater.
I got one.
But you got one. So
because I read,
anything is
ask and it
possible.
shall be given, and I'm asking for talent. And let's see where the talent is. You
Good
always
morning.
say,
Thank you for being a part of the show. Are you still with us? We lost
Hello?
that one too. Well, it's
They ashamed of their talent. You don't have no talented young people.
well, Mom. We can dance.
Oh,
We
can
can
we dance
sing.
well enough to compete? Can we speak well enough to compete? Can we sing well enough to compete? Now, I know there are some talented young people.
Well,
Yes.
Merlin explained the AXO program, but one thing that I noticed you missed out on was the contact that these young people have when they meet other people with similar dreams, with similar aspirations, and similar challenges. It's so good to meet somebody that, say, in my case, like I can't sing. But
We
then
know
I,
that,
well,
Calvin.
well, right, you know that, and we know that. But then I can't sing. But then I love to write, and then to go there and to see young people and to see their advisors, going over their essays and looking at their poems and things like that. That is so
You
encouraging.
mean
It's
to tell me
encouraging
we
to
don't
all
have
of us.
anybody out there that can write an essay
Well, I don't know.
and
Mom.
write poetry?
I don't know.
Okay, but we'll
I
see
just
what
live
we
here in
have.
Oklahoma City,
Because
but I
we were
know
talking
that
about the game, and I'm going to tell you all out there, and I bet I can get some discussion on this. Milwaukee's going to beat the Lakers for the next 4 games. Hello?
you got the wrong team.
Hello?
Milwaukee will not play the Lakers today.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing? Okay, well, we tried again. We keep trying. One day we're going to get it right. But what we're going to do when we get it right, we're going to New Orleans. We're going to New Orleans, Louisiana with the talent that we have.
Oh, someone is
Okay,
on.
how
Hello?
are you doing? Thank you for calling. How are you doing?
Yes.
Now that you said hello, what's going on?
Okay, that's someone that evidently that knows somebody with some talent.
But they couldn't remember their name. Well, we're working on it. Say, Mom, but no matter what, we know that there is some talent there at the youth council.
Yeah,
know
we
that
have
this,
some
this
people
week
that
we
participate.
celebrated the graduation, didn't we?
Oh, yes.
Ladia Jackson
A
graduated.
beautiful graduation, and she spoke well at her graduation.
Okay,
But
so
Calvin, this morning we are after talented young people. We are dedicating our whole program trying to find talented young people that's not afraid to compete in the real world. And so many things have happened to people that competed in the AXO program. And Tamika Cooks is back in Oklahoma City.
Oh, welcome home, Tamika.
And Tamika Cooks say that when she went to school, when she went to college, she came in contact with so many young people that had participated in the AXO.
Yeah, Tamika
and
was
she's
an
so
AXO
beautiful.
participant from
Oh,
Oklahoma
she's
City.
so beautiful.
Remember Avery AME Church? Is that what it is?
Of course.
Okay. Way to go. Welcome home, Tamika.
Okay, we have someone. Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
good morning. Thank
Yes.
Is this Miss Luper?
This is Clara Luper from Hoffman, Oklahoma.
That's what I thought. Listen, this is Roberta Hart, and I just want to make a response. You talking about, did you say Milwaukee was going to beat the Lakers 4 straight?
you.
That's exactly what I said.
Luper, you know your history, and you know it better than that.
Well, how do I know history is a story of the past, and that has not come to pass. It's the future. I said I believe that Milwaukee is going to beat. Who are they playing?
Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, well, that's nothing.
Not yet.
We gonna win. We won
See,
one
what
time.
what you all have done, you all have missed something. There's a little team with a sick young man playing, and that's the Philadelphia 76. So what if I
Oh,
was so sick?
he's-
You know,
you know,
but y'all already looking past.
Calvin.
Don't never look past that little obstacle there, that little bump in the road. That is a major
One
mountain.
of his bones hurting. He can't play.
Calvin, he's hurt, but I really want him to get well so he can play with Kobe, and Kobe will give him a lesson.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay.
Lessons can be had, but I don't know.
Let me tell you something. You're telling me that Milwaukee will not win the next 4 games.
No, Miss Luper.
Well, let me tell you that Milwaukee will win according to my basketball.
Expertise.
Milwaukee will win.
Mom, you Mom, you do better. You do better in history.
And
you
then
do a
my Spurs are
fantastic
coming
job.
back too.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to call you back, Miss Luper. Now, this is Roberta Hart, and I'm going to call you back. I'm going to say, Miss Luper, do you remember when?
And I,
say it.
I might be suffering from amnesia. Thank you so much
Okay.
for calling.
But I'm still going to call you back. 'cause
Okay, well,
the
thank you for
Lakers
listening.
is
Mrs.
going
Hart,
all the way.
we want you to be a part, and thank you for being a part of the Clara Luper Radio Show. But we're looking for talent here in Oklahoma City. We got it. we got some talent here, but then what we got to do is motivate these young people. Hey, accept the challenge. The Army has a new slogan, be a army of one. But no, what you can do is be yourself and show your talent. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't be just limited there to your classroom and to your school. Because one thing about it, here in America with the internet going on, here in America with the talent and the expertises that we've worked so hard to make sure that you have an opportunity to show, this is it. If you're a ninth grade student, if you're a graduating senior, from a ninth grade student to a graduating senior, we want you to be a part of the AXO competition. Now, of course, you got to go through competition. If you're a science student, you got a science project that you had in your classroom. Maybe it didn't get out of the classroom, but maybe with the help of the advisors, maybe with the help of the scientific community in Oklahoma City, maybe if whatever you've done, we want to help you go further. We want you to see what's going on nationally. We want you to be a part of that. We know that you can win, but you can't win unless you enter. If you don't enter, you stand no
But so many
opportunity.
parents say they would rather see their children work than to participate in the AXO program.
But money is important, Mom. You go to McDonald's, you need not 99 cents, you need that extra 8 cents to pay the tax on it to get the product.
But I am saying it's good for your children to work, but it comes a time in your life, because this is what we have all worked for, to see our young people compete. Let them get out there in the real world and compete.
I know one talent that's waiting for an opportunity
Okay.
to, and I wish she would call. I don't know where she is now. That's Coco.
Coco is in Dallas.
Coco's in Dallas.
For the holidays.
Oh, okay,
She
but
will not-
Coco has been inspired, so
She told you the other night that she's
Yeah,
going to participate
she's
in
gonna
AXO by the
participate
time she
in
get
that.
to the ninth grade.
it.
We have, if you know of any talented young people, call us today. We are talking about talent, and everybody's so quiet,
I know
Calvin.
some in jail. I know some kids in jail that would welcome an opportunity to get out of jail and to show their talent and whatever they did to get in jail. But then that's not what AXO is about.
AXO is the Olympics of the mind. If we can learn to pass a basketball and run 93 feet or something down a court, we can certainly learn something about the human body. We need to find a cure for cancer. We need to find a cure for strokes. And if we start developing our scientific minds, we can do it. Call me 672-1220. Don't disappoint Oklahoma City, because we do have some talented young people in Oklahoma City. If I would ask you how many of you could spell cat and rat, you could. But I'm asking you, how many of you will have the opportunity to participate in a national contest? Calvin, the telephone not ringing, 672-1220.
Maybe we limited our atmosphere and limited the places we wanted to call them on. But then I do know this, that something will be happening at the in Arcadia real soon.
Well, what will be happening in
Some-
Arcadia?
I don't know if we got any AXO participants down there,
We'll
but I know that
see.
the Arcadia Dunbar School reunion will be held August 31st, September the 1st, and September the 2nd, 2001. Now, this is not just your regular school reunion, because Arcadia Dunbar is no longer there as a building. It lingers. It stays in our hearts. We learned a lot there. But all former students are invited to come back and to be a part of the Dunbar School reunion. Even though it's not there physically, we know it's there. What you need to do, be a part of it. Call John Joseph, 396-2654, or you can drop him a note. Make sure your pencil is ready, your pen is ready. That's at Post Office Box 129, Arcadia, Oklahoma, 73007. Arcadia Dunbar School reunion. No longer a building, but it's there. We know it's there because it's in our heart. John Joseph and the other graduates, the other students from Dunbar School want you to be a part of the reunion. Be a part
Is that
of
a
it.
whole school
That's a whole
reunion?
school reunion, Mom. That's one of those, what we were saying here in Oklahoma City, that's one of those urban removal buildings, because it's no longer there, and they say progress has come on. But one thing that has happened is that we have not lost the history, we have not lost the tradition, we have not lost the challenges that were faced there in Arcadia at the Dunbar School. And those of you, even though you haven't been back to Arcadia in a while, you've been back through there, John Joseph wants to hear from you. 396-2654.
It's time for the Grayson all-school reunion that would be held up in the mountains.
That won't take long.
It will take a long time, and I would like to salute the people of Grayson.
Grayson,
And I
Oklahoma?
would like to publicly admit that the people in Grayson have outscored the people in Hoffman, Oklahoma. And I have to
Grayson
give
has
it to you.
outscored.
Yes, as far as development.
Okay.
But we are
Well,
behind, and we're going to catch up.
Well, let
Do
me
we
get
have
this together, Mom.
We want some talent, Calvin.
Well, we want talent, but I want to know about Grayson and Hoffman.
Well,
Now,
I'm going to
Grayson
tell
and
you,
Hoffman,
next week
you
I'm going
got
to tell you
one-horse
all about
town
the
and a
reunion.
half-horse town. That was
Okay, I don't know what you mean by one-horse town. At least
That's
we
what they
learned our
said.
multiplication tables. We learned how to spell, and we learned how to say thank you, and we learned how to stay out of
TROU.
BLE trouble. Thank you for showing your ability. Calvin, I would like to thank everybody. I'm still getting birthday presents and flowers. And I was sincere when I told y'all I don't want you waiting until I die and come up with all these resolutions. I resolve to remember Clara Luper. You resolve to do something for Clara Luper while she lives. That's what you resolve to do. And I would like to thank you. I would like to thank you for your flowers, your letters, your cards, and so many letters and things. And I have some cards that I would like to share.
But you know,
with
one
all
thing
of
that
you.
the people don't know, a lot of people that listen to the show, even though they listen regularly, is that they haven't seen one of our
I know
chitlin
Miss
winners.
Lemons knows somebody.
They would know who can eat them chitlins. You may not know who has the talent, but I bet you this. Mom, talent does exist here in Oklahoma City. I'm counting on it to show up because, you know, the cream will always come to the top. We want to take the best to New Orleans, Louisiana. We want them to showcase their very best. Okay, so you won. There you were. You did in your high school classroom, in your middle school classroom. There in the science, you had a little display exhibit that you did. Didn't make the science fair. But I think that when you contact the NACP Youth Council, when you contact Merlin Hildred, 843-0811, or contact us here at the station, you're going to find some people that will add to you and to be able to help you go. We want you to be a part of that competition. One thing, when you see a good challenge, that should encourage you to go on and to do better.
If you know any talent, please call us. And Grayson will be having an all-school reunion.
Grayson High School?
I'm very proud that our class, God has been good to us. I graduated, as I've always told you, in the top 5 of my class. And being in the top 5, I'm happy to report that God has allowed all of us to live. And we could have a class reunion today. All I would have to do is call Gladys Caddy, Onita Brown, Carrie Watkins, Ella Anderson, and we are ready to go.
Y'all could have that
Calvin,
class. Y'all could have that class reunion in a place that you
but we're going
that you
down
don't
there in
have in
Grand
Hoffman.
Style.
You don't have a phone booth in Hoffman, but I bet
We
you
don't
could have
need
your
a
class
telephone booth. We use the
reunion
grapevine.
there. Grapevine, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is a day that we shall always remember. Because in the next 2 days, we will be visiting cemeteries all over this state. We will be taking flowers and place on the graves of those that we love so well. And as we do this, we remember them in special ways. We are saying thank you, Mama, thank you, Daddy, thank you, Grandma, thank all of you. And for many of our listening audience, this will be the first year that they had the opportunity to put flowers on their parents' or grandparents' or daughters' or children's grave. And as you do it, I want you to thank God for the life or the lives that you have known. I want you to carry the torch to a new level. I want you to show the world that you appreciate what other people have done. You've seen goodness in others, and we don't want to leave a grave without a flower. Place your flowers, place your respect, and show the world that you love those parents, those grandparents, those cousins, and all. Not only that, I call upon you to show love toward people now while they are living, and then carry that on, even in death. Clara Luper saying, please don't cremate me. Let me go whole so I can meet other people that I have known. Clara Luper reporting, and baby, if you love me, prove me. And I've been invited to so many barbecues during these holidays. I wish I could go to all of them, but since I can't, let me tell you, tonight is Miss Black OCU, Gloria
Oklahoma
Nash.
City University.
Yes, having Miss Black tonight at 7 o'clock. Calvin, you know you got to sing
Mom,
today.
you know I got to sing today. Today's a very special day. Touches my heart, too, because I think back on my grandfather, WW1 veteran, WW2 veteran, Sergeant James Brawls, Korean War veteran, Sergeant Brawls, and Sergeant Dixon. And then I think of my good friends and my close buddies that have died. They died over in Vietnam. You know, it's a very special holiday time for us. It's a time that we wonder, you know, why not me, Lord? But then we don't have the answers to all the questions. But we do know that we are here. We know that we are here. We're trying to be a better part of our community. But it's also a special day to Reverend House, who celebrated his birthday this week.
Oh,
but
yeah.
It's a very special
His
day.
wife loved him.
His wife, 32 years worth of wife loving him. Way to go, Brother House, Deacon House, Reverend House. Good friend. Come a long way. We're going a long way. But Brown, Richard Brown, today is your birthday.
Today is Richard's Brown's birthday. My
And
nephew.
Brown, I know you're
Happy
in the
birthday,
last of the
Richard.
phases. So here we go. But and Carla Burton of KTLV, who's celebrating her birthday during these holidays today. So Brown, Carla, this goes out to you from the We Can't Singers, and we've been practicing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Deacon House. Happy birthday, Carla Burton. Happy birthday to you, and may you, you Richard Brown, have many, many more.
As I look at the clock on the wall, I know it's time to say goodbye. But I would like to say down at Fairview Baptist Church today, they are giving away some food, and those of you that are hungry can go down there and get something to cook. This is Clara Luper saying happy birthday to all of you. And I would like to thank the May people at Fifth Street Baptist Church. Those May people that's out of sight. And I want you to know I love you.
Happy
And you
birthday.
said that for
I said
Ann last week. Okay. I
Fifth
would like to
Street, way
thank
to go,
all of
Fifth
you.
Street.
And
Safe
once again,
holidays.
I would like to thank you because there's no happiness like I've experienced since I've had a birthday and I'm older, and I know Milwaukee's going to win, and I know the Spurs are going to win, and I don't know what you know out there, but I do know that this is the Clara Luper radio show, and I will see you next week. Have a safe holiday.
And we'd like to thank each and every one of you for tuning in to the Clara Luper Show. Join Sister Clara Luper here each and every Saturday from 9 until 10 at your number one gospel station, KTLV. And until next Saturday, may God bless you.
And the views and opinions expressed on the preceding program were not necessarily those of AM Radio 1220 KTLV.